Hey there, Coastin' with Quays fans. Official Coastin' with Quays merch is available now through Redbubble. Click the link in the description to get your merch today. Every purchase helps to support the channel, which means more coaster content. And now, on with the video. Welcome to another Coastin' with Quays coaster review. This is Mark, aka Quays. Today, I will be reviewing Boulder Dash at Lake Compounce. When I hear the name Lake Compounce, the main thing that I think of is Boulder Dash, the park's wooden mountain coaster. I think it is safe to say that most people that travel to the park go for this ride. That's not to say that Lake Compounce is not a great park otherwise. In fact, I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. It is a smaller park, but it is very well cared for and is a great place for families. Recently, Boulder Dash underwent some refurbishment in the form of Steel Titan Track, a wood track replacement engineered and created by Great Coasters International. Titan Track was not installed on the entirety of Boulder Dash. Much of the coaster remains wooden, but those areas that did receive the Titan Track are incredibly smooth. I was not able to ride Boulder Dash before this partial retracking, but I imagine it is much more enjoyable than before, now that it offers a smoother ride. I am incredibly thankful that Lake Compounce went the route of installing the Titan Track simply as a restorative process, instead of doing a ground-up overhaul that we often see from companies like Rocky Mountain Construction. Don't get me wrong, I adore RMC's coasters, but they represent a different genre of coaster. RMC has created a whole new category of coaster, and I am thankful for that, but I am glad Lake Compounce simply wanted to make Boulder Dash last in its original form for as long as possible. Boulder Dash is an out and back coaster that hugs a mountainside for the entirety of its ride. It is a very long coaster with a lot going on, so let's take a look at its numbers. Boulder Dash is located at Lake Compounce Park in Bristol, Connecticut. It was manufactured by Custom Coasters International, or CCI. It has a maximum height of 110 feet, but because it drops down along the mountain, its total drop length is 115 feet. It has an angle of descent of 59 degrees, an overall length of 4,700 feet, which is really impressive for a wooden coaster, especially at a park of this size. Its top speed is 60 miles per hour. It features 0 inversions, opened in the year 2000, and has a minimum height requirement of only 48 inches. Boulder Dash provides a truly unique experience. Immediately out of the station, the train climbs a mountain. You slowly make your way through the trees and up over the boulders. Typically, this is the moment where riders either contemplate their decision of getting on a rickety wooden roller coaster or anticipate the ride to come. On Boulder Dash, I found myself enjoying the serenity of the nature as I rode a coaster. Once you reach the top, you turn to the right and begin the Titan Track rightward angled drop. This drop is absolutely amazing. It is almost as if you're falling right off the side of a cliff as you barrel back towards the station. The momentum that starts with this drop lasts for the entire ride, and that is quite the feat because Boulder Dash is 4,700 feet long. It truly is a huge wooden coaster. You fly past the station and rise up onto the mountain to begin the first half of the ride's back-to-back hills. I could talk about every hill, but that is kind of pointless with this ride. Boulder Dash is less about individual moments and more about the overall experience. For the first half of the ride, you speed over what seems like a million hills with the wind blowing in your face like a tornado. In the front row, this ride feels especially relentless. Because Boulder Dash is still fairly high on the mountain, it will have plenty of speed left for the return journey. As you hit the halfway point, the train banks to the left and descends a large angled turn. You continue to fly over hills of varying size as you journey back towards the station. Nearing the end of the ride, you enter an awesome triple up moment before dropping low once again for a picture, just before rising up into the final brake run. Boulder Dash is definitely a ride that you need to experience multiple times to fully wrap your mind around it. My favorite element of the coaster is simply how many of the airtime hills are connected by slight twists that follow the topography of the mountainside. This design makes it very difficult to anticipate what is coming next, and that adds a lot of thrill to the experience. Out and back wooden coasters can often be somewhat boring as they follow straight paths, but the way that Boulder Dash follows the terrain makes every moment exciting. The ride is long, but it never overstays its welcome, and as soon as you exit the station, you can see crowds of people run right back to the entrance to ride again. Adding the Titan Track to Boulder Dash was definitely a great choice by Lake Compounce. The upgrade will add longevity to the ride while making it way smoother, and that's good news because Boulder Dash does have some rough areas where the track is still made of wood. Lake Compounce is a small park, so retracking the entire ride with Titan Track would probably cost a pretty penny, but I hope that they continue to refurbish rough areas with more Titan Track as time progresses. The Titan Track does not alter the ride experience in any way other than making it smoother, so Boulder Dash will still have that awesome, frantic style of a wooden coaster, even if the entirety of the track was replaced with the steel Titan Track. Overall, Boulder Dash is a great ride, but it is not perfect. As I mentioned, the areas that have not been retracked can be rough. When you are rattling around for 4,700 feet and you are constantly having your stomach smash into the lap bar, the experience can be a little uncomfortable at times. Unfortunately, that is a norm for many wood coasters, and this is all the more reason for Lake Compounce to continue retracking the remaining parts of the ride with Titan Track. If you are looking for an airtime machine, you will not get that with Boulder Dash. This was my biggest surprise after my rides on the mountain coaster. I was expecting to get a ton of airtime on Boulder Dash, but that was simply not the case. The majority of Boulder Dash's forces are positive, and that is fine, but it would be nice to get a little bit more airtime on the many hills. I rode in the front, back, and towards the middle, and I did not experience much of a change in airtime throughout each ride. Although Boulder Dash has a couple of negatives, they are not enough to stop me from wanting to ride again and again. I loved this ride, and now I completely understand why people go out of their way to make it to Lake Compounce to experience it. For that reason, I will be giving Boulder Dash a final score of 8.5 out of 10. With Lake Compounce only being about a 3.5 hour drive for me, I could totally see myself making a trip to the park to get on this awesome coaster every year or two. That's the end of this coaster review. Let me know in the comments if you've been on Boulder Dash and what you think of this great wooden terrain coaster. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on coasting.